Hello. All beat me to it. I'm just turning my iPad on so I can read your comments a bit easier this time. God, so many of you are awake, I tell you. Thought I'd go live for you all because I'm doing some concrete on a little diorama. I was meant to be filming that for Wednesday, but it's not dry yet, so I thought I'll just go live instead. You're beating my iPad to it. Chris, I'm still loading. What's going on? Good evening, good evening. Cody, what made me do modern era? I suppose it's my era. I'm of that age, so it's current to me. We've got a couple of colas running around Owen. The one in the station is a 73. It's a custom spray, a respray I should say. There is one coming round somewhere. Let's have a look. Hopefully I'll be able to get some of your comments in a second. There we go. Oh bloody hell, loads of them. Right, let me quickly run through. Hello Owen, New Freight Junction, Copycat, hello. Hayden, Transport UK, Cody, hello. Master Hutters, Charlie, Sean, David, Finn, Graham, Charlie again. London International, Joshua, Simon Ford, hello. I like Transport, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm just catching up so I miss you. Hold on. Sean, it's a pleasure. It's funny enough, I get a common comment which is saying some of my videos are inspirational, which is really odd because I look at other channels and think exactly the same. So people like Everard, etc. Games and vlogs, I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Hello. Mr. Transport, thank you very much. Snow Andrews, hello from New Zealand. I hope the stream's coming through alright in New Zealand. Oop. Just realised the train's going the wrong way. What are the future plans for the layout? Well, once the station's done, I'm going to be tackling the area directly to the right hand side as you're looking at it, of the layout. So that'll be kit buildings, etc. I'm going to try and stick to my new ethos of trying to build everything from scratch for this side. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes on, because I've never done it before and I'm probably going to be rubbish at it. Hayden Phillips, my favourite loco, class 91. Sorry if I'm missing your comments, there's just loads of them. The Irish train guy, hello from Ireland. Sarah Harris, hello. Sparky, hello. Don't forget to check out Sparky's live streams on Wednesdays if you're not subscribed. The scrap line, hello. How's my spacing? Simon Forbes, how much do you think you spent on the layout? Oddly, not as much as you'd think. I do a lot of buying and selling, so I tend to buy a range of locomotives, etc., and rolling stock. and then sell them and then buy a new lot, so I don't have stacks and stacks. I know some people, like if you follow someone like Sam's Trains, he seems to have every train ever, but I just couldn't afford to do that. The Colas 73 in the station is a custom respray, but there is, I've been told there is one in reality. Let's speed these other trains. I've had another train going, it's not come round yet. That 37's gone round like 10 times. What's my favourite station? It'd probably have to be somewhere like Newcastle, but any of the sort of big East Coast mainline stations like York, quite nice. That kind of era when the original building was done. A lot of them have been halved now, so I mean, if you look at Newcastle, half the station is literally a car park, and all you can really see now is canopies with nothing underneath them. So it's very sad, but in their heyday, they'd have been stunning. Am I putting roofs over my station? Yes, they are being built. So actually, the start of them is behind the camera, but I won't show you that until it's ready. You might just be able to see, I've tried to hide it, but there's a lot of wiring going on because the framing as you see it is being lit up, so LEDs are coming. Am I running anything else? Yes, there's a very slow Class 60 coming round. I've tried to speed it up, it was going the wrong way to start with, so it backed itself into one of my sidings. There's a few trains in the wings waiting to go as well. I like transport. I went to Crewe Heritage Centre today. I think the Flying Scotsman's there. Did see other channels have been there. So I'm probably way behind in the comments. Let's have a look. Favourite station should be New Junction Central. Unfortunately not, it's a pain in the backside. Sealand Central, hello. So I'm just trying to catch up. I've got my iPad today, so it's a bit easier to read back through them. Am I going to the Great Electric Show? Probably not. Annoyingly, being self-employed, I work weekends as standard, so not being able to get any of the minions to work, cover me, etc. I have to pick my days carefully. Charlie Parker, what's my most expensive model loco? I did, up until 2 weeks ago, have the Great Gathering set and the Great Goodbye set. They were 4 figures for a set of 6 A4s, but I've owned them for probably 18 months now. Someone made me an offer and I had to sell them, but she who must be obeyed said I can have them as long as no one makes me a silly offer, and someone did. So should rename this stream the Colas running session. Once I've caught up with the comments, I'll probably swap it round. All the overhead wires in the station. Eventually, I'll be honest, I've not found any I like or that fit very well. I know Scale Model Scenery do some, but I don't know, they're the sort of MDF kit. I'm doing a lot of them behind the scenes, and I get a bit fed up with them after a while, so tackling MDF cantinery, I don't know if I could be bothered. Sean Walsh, it's very kind of you to say so. There are plenty of other channels out there though, so if you like this one, if you go onto my main video page, on the right hand side there's a list of recommended and related channels. They're usually channels with similar sort of, I suppose, era or content. Well worth checking out those as well. Particularly my moderator this evening, David Jones of Cottesmore Junction. Again, another modern image, TMD currently. Well worth checking out. David, you should stick a link in the comments now. When's the station roof going on? Well, I need to milk it as long as possible, really. No, in all honesty, it's taken quite a lot to build. Ooh, I'll just throw you around. Nearly got you. I'll try not to do that again. Yeah, the station canopy is going to take a lot of building. Lots of custom MDF pieces. So that might take a while. I'm hoping to have it done by early December. If not, I suppose started. Well, it is started now, but you might start to see it in a couple of weeks. What controller do I use? I've got a Hornby Select currently. What's my favourite steam engine? Probably the Tornado, but anything that's heritage and runs on heritage lines and has been restored. I think anything that has that much labour of love about it to make someone give up their free time to preserve it commands great appreciation from me. N-Scale, hello. Jamie Gilpin, what kind of car do you have? In reality, I drive a new Junction transit van, not really. I'll let the other half deal with the cars, I have a motorbike. St Peter's Layout, hello. What rail company runs the station? I think is it the government currently? How far behind am I? Not very, there we go. Does the Hornby Select run any decoder? I believe so, you just can't use as many functions. Dave, I have a Honda VFR 1200. It's that I've gone from an Italian to a Japanese bike. Bit of reliability. Mainline, hello. Tim's train videos, hello. Ducati, no. And an Aprilia before that. Sort of showed it a bit of rain and it just stopped. James Gilpin, shall I swap the trains over for you? Hold on, let's see if I can swap a train over. It's not going to be that impressive. Someone did say to me in the the comments of my last video, I should try and run more trains in my videos, but don't forget my layout is built for literally running trains in a big loop. So the idea is they do just this. Just run round in circles. It's a bit dull, but it's what I wanted because I just want to be able to leave the trains and leave them running. That's the relaxing part of it. So I'll just put this into the station. Oh, don't judge me, I might have to back up a bit. That Dakota didn't want to stop. A bit of fun. It's got to change the points because I still do it manually. No one believes me when I say that. Let's see if it wants to work. And this might clip the front of the 37 in a second, so we'll see. You're about to see one of the major design flaws of this layout. Because having the station was a bit of a trade-off, I can't actually run the line that the HST's on with the line that the Colas is on, the 37, sorry, or the Class 60 currently because of the cross points. So because it shares them, it's either the two other trains or this HST on its own. So I'll just see if it clips this 37. I'll come and have a quick look at the comments again. This could be fun. This could be disaster live. Oh, there we go. I think we've got the 170 coming in. What I'll do is, while that driver's having a quick break, I'll quickly just catch up on the comments. Where have I got to? Liverpool Lime Street, the layout. I've seen that, and the canopy of that is just so extreme. It actually puts me off canopies. But it's absolutely stunning bit of modelling though. Can I put the Class 22 Voyager on? No, not while I'm filming, unfortunately. It's tucked behind the blue sky. It's not easy to swap these trains over. That's one of the trade-offs, unfortunately. Transport UK, probably missed you, but goodbye. David Hasselhog, watching while you're working on your 26XX project. I tend to do that a lot. Best way to get through when you're modelling in the loft. Well, Nanny asked the big question, what am I going to be putting on the siding? I do have something, it is original. I'm going to keep that a secret for a bit longer though. Ickelbean, I should model some poo splats on the track. Well, with the amount of rusty paint I've put on, I'll probably have, to be honest. Sam the Spam Police, hello. Thomas, hello. Let me see how far I am. Peter's layer. I love that you want to see poo splats on the floor, really, don't you? I'm one of these. I get criticised for it all the time. I keep my layout looking too new, but I suppose it's in my head. It's what I want to see. A nice clean railway. Who are we kidding, eh? Marco, hello. What I could try and do is get this 73 going. It does work. Will you be putting a back scene on the board? Some good questions from you tonight, Nanny. The idea is to cover it with kit builds. So the blue is literally just, I suppose, the scene box painted. The idea is if you look at a layout like Loafers Road or New Bryford, the modern image layouts, they're the ones I'm really trying to copy. East Sussex Train Spotter, thank you for subbing. What's my favourite East Coast livery? It's got to be the current Virgin livery in red. That is quite nice. Yeah, the 170's gone. So I'm going to try and put the Class 73 on for you. I'm just making room. The downside of my this side of the layout has got no storage. So if I can tuck my trains out of the way, I can put the Class 73 on. Give it a little run round. It's one of the. It's an engine that's been loaned to me for a bit, anyway. Oh, the HST didn't want to stop then. That's the one downside with Select. What I'm going to do, I think, because this is a logistical nightmare. I'm going to let the slow the HST down. I'm going to put it in the outside platform, I think, just so I can get the 73 out. You didn't see me, it's not real. You need a Z21. A few people have. I've seen a few people with those controllers, especially the ECOS and things like that. But to be honest, it's justifying it. There's a lot of things which, well, probably a lot of people disagree with me for. Buying an expensive controller is one. I just can't see it being any value for money for me. And the same is point motors. The amount of points I've got literally makes it a very expensive project. So I just haven't done it. Simple as that. Right, so that's the HST in the platform. What do I need to do? I need to move the colas out of the way. See if I can get that going. I shouldn't have caved to peer pressure. I should have said I'm not doing it. Right, let's catch up with the chat. Hello Susanna, how are we doing? Don't forget guys, if you like your live streams, check out Susanna's channel. Lots of live streams, lots of live captures as well of the real railway. Well worth a watch. So I'll just catch up with a couple of the comments. I've missed a few. Gareth, hello. Terry, hello. Fred, any steam trains on your layout? Loads. None tonight though. Just catching up with the comments on my iPad right in front of you. Someone put, how do you find the time? Well, it takes my mind off a stressful job, that's for sure. My other hobby being motorcycling, you can only do that when the sun's out, so Apart from this year, luckily you usually get a lot of evenings where it's raining. Alex, hello, Alex. Ross, how do you clean the rails with overhead lines? The answer to that's quite simple. You can either put your hand underneath them and get in there. I do have a Dapol track cleaner which goes around as well, but you can't beat the track rubber in my opinion, so it's a case of just being careful. If you were to break one, the reason I use the Dapol ones rather than the Pico ones is because they're cheap to replace. And I've got a few spares left over from when I first did it, and I have snapped the odd one, and you just literally unscrew them and put another one in, it's no problem at all. Sparky, do I have any American locos? None at all. The track is running on underlay, Tim. Blimey, 121 of you watching. Shouldn't you all be in bed? I thought it was just me. Fred Trains, hello. I go up and... Oh, nearly. You're about to see a crash here. That's what I get for not paying attention. My fault. Dear me, you didn't see that. Doesn't happen on New Junction, that. It's 9:41 here. You need to pinch a few viewers, Susanna. I tell you, everyone, if you like your live streams, because I don't do them very often, Susanna's channel, lots of live streams, especially if you're modelling or just like to spend your evenings watching, I suppose, live videos as opposed to pre-recorded ones. It's a very good channel, one I follow and been following for years now. Right, let's get this 73 out. I've just got to make sure my points are all the right way around. So I'll take me off the comments for a second. Very realistic here, I tell you. Oh, it wants to work. There we go. Nearly didn't want to work. Right, is that going the right way? Oh dear. Disaster has struck. What is going on? New amateur junction. Rivet count this. What I should be giving you is some confident spiel on how that's actually what really happens. Oh, it's done it again. What's going on? Trouble at mill. There we go. I think we're running all right now. I'm just going to switch my points while I'm thinking about it. Make sure it goes the right way. Make sure it doesn't go straight into my class 37. Just catching up with the comments. Fred Trains, can you please run the heritage line? I can. Not tonight though. Usually when I'm working on this half of the layout, the other half becomes the storage area, so if I showed you that, you'd unsubscribe. East Sussex train spotting. It's not health and safety because I am wearing a high vis. Can we have a link of Susanna's channel? Oh, David's put one in. Thank you very much, David. I'm well behind. Guy Manuel, show us all of your trains. A lot of them are in boxes. Some of them are behind the blue screen. I've got my top 5 behind there on the right hand side. I think I've got 2 container trains, 2 HST sets. What else is behind there? There's a class 221, I believe, cross country. Dominic, it's going to be really impressive when you have completed this end of the layout and the station. I'm intrigued to know how you're going to fill the empty spaces. Ooh, I've got a lot of ideas, Dominic, to fill the gaps. A lot of it is a bit of trial and error as it comes on, but it should start to work. Without trying to be a bit clickbaity, without a video to clickbait, I should show you, but I can't show you. But keep it secret. What I've done so far is impressing me, considering I've never done it before. So I'm quite chuffed for that. Like I'd say to anyone, just have a go. Gary at Cheeky Tech. Hello. Dear me, that was a mouthful. I got that excited, I frothed at the mouth. St. Peter's layout, that's a very good point. Save the class 43s. I presume you don't mean the warships, but it's very interesting because obviously if there was a steam engine going to scrap, everyone would suddenly come up with the money to save it. Now, take yourself back when they started to preserve the first steam engines. At what point do you make the call to start saving these things? Because a lot of diesels and I suppose even the current high-speed trains, a lot of them are going to scrap. So at what point do you save one? But then I suppose with the cost of them. Guy, thank you for joining us. Fred's trains, I can't swap any trains unfortunately. I'm maxed out on the layout currently. They've got nowhere to go. Dominic, have you got any tips for starting a layout? I live down in Cornwall, so I wanted to start a layout based on the Great Western Main Line. I've seen a couple of your how-to videos and they're good. Thank you very much. In terms of tips for starting, with all the, I suppose, the pressures of social media and especially YouTube, you will get a lot of advice, critical advice, from a lot of different people. I'd always say, when you're doing your own layout, you've got to work to your own budget, because everyone's is different, and not be ashamed if you haven't got the budget of other people. And also you've got to model to your own style and go with what you're happy with. Don't let anyone tell you that your layout's rubbish if you like it, because it's your layout. It's easy from an armchair to criticise. I think a lot of comments made on social media particularly, you can make them very quickly without thinking, and comments you probably would keep to yourself if you were face to face. Dragon Junction, hello. Wilbury Castle, hello. Oh, Terrain Tutor. That's a good channel. Sealand Central, I'm going to start making a series on budget railways soon. That'd be good. I mean, there is a channel as well called Budget Model Railways, I believe. I mean, they do things almost as cheaply as possible. I think they prefer DC as well. Doesn't suit my taste, but then everyone's different. So I was planning on doing a series. I've toyed with the idea of getting a sort of, trying to see how cheaply I can get a Lima loco, an old from one of the scrap boxes at a model railway, and with various detail packs you can get, aftermarket ones. See what we can do to one, to see how good you can make it for as little money as possible. It's a bit of a challenge, really. Whether that comes to anything, I'm not sure. We'll soon find out. Good evening, Jason. How are we? Did you enjoy the Flying Scotsman? East Sussex train spotter. I do have a lot of ideas. You'll probably see them on the run up to Christmas, to be honest. A lot of them, because this side of the layout's going to progress very quickly. Jason from Barnabas Junction and Stuart from Valleybrook went to a Crewe Heritage Centre where the Flying Scotsman is today. I saw the Flying Scotsman in Shildon last, and it amazed me how many drip pans were underneath the thing, because it was just leaking oil everywhere. They must be constantly filling it up. Heading off to Peterborough. You're only down the road from me. Probably about 45 minutes away. Susanna's going to do a comparison between the 395 Javelin and the 800. Is that model form or in reality? I'm going to see the Flying Scotsman on the 8th of October from St David's to Bristol. That'd be good. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck this 73 away so I can get multiple trains running again. Oh, Tim's train. Do I have a model pacer? I wish I had a model pacer. There was one on eBay which was broken in the Northern Rail livery, and I was tempted if it went for nothing, but I think it went for nearly £60 in the end for a broken one. I've just got a feeling they're going to be a bit like rocking horse poo, and you're never going to get one. Oh, completely stereotypical. Intercity 125, 125, good evening. I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. There are a lot of you. It's about £60 too much for a pacer. It is, but I really like them. I'm sure I read an interesting fact on them, that they've been the most successful British-built locomotive ever. I think they were referring to the fact of the Mark I pacer or something has been in service the longest out of everything. So where you get other engines which have served longer, they've changed the design in some way, which I thought was absolutely incredible, really. But I suppose it's got to be true. I'm just going to switch my trains back to default. Oh, if it'll work. So I'm not paying attention to the comments. 1 second. Mario Bricks, hello. I need a pacer. I'd like a 142 as well in the Northern Rail. Brian Finn, hello. Sealand Central, I know the Class 43 was in service before, but someone was telling me that the pacer, if you like, the Mark I pacer, was in service the longest out of any British-made engine or loco, whereas the 43 had changed, so it lost the title. I think the pacer just gained it somehow. Oh, just set me points differently. Have I got any sprinters? No. I used to. Same again, I'm on the lookout for some. See you later, Sparky. Is it real track that do a pacer equivalent somewhere along the lines? Napton Hill, good evening. I'm glad you fancy the Trans-Pennine Class 68 because you let me borrow it. A lot of the trains you see on the channel do come from Napton Hill, who's just joined the chat in the live stream, which is very kind of her. Oh, David, don't tell me anything Network Rail seems to add £100 to the price. You see a couple about, don't you? What I'm going to do is just get rid of this HST. Oops. Oh dear. What am I doing? I'm having a moment. HST has to go back. Oh dear. I should pay attention. I've got a coal hopper train literally sat waiting to come into the station, and I've just driven the HST into the back of it. I'm trying to remember what number it is now. I just set it on its way behind the scenes. David Train Time, hello. The real track models are really good, but it's a tad random as what's available, what's not available. It does annoy me when people say, oh, this will be out in sort of the fourth quarter of 2018 or whatever, and then you don't see anything of it. Probably a bad example because we're not in the fourth quarter of 2017, 18, I should say. So I'm multitasking. Brian Finn, will I be fitting point motors? No, I won't. I said earlier, it's one of the things, like it or loathe it, I just can't justify the cost when I can literally just walk around in my loft. Although a lot of people watch my layout on YouTube, etc., lots of videos, etc., I just can't justify the cost when I can just go and change them. Future Signal Man, yeah. The lack of point motors just catches me up when I'm doing live streams because you can see this bit. Dominic, good night. Thanks for joining. Sealand Central, what's my favourite animal? Probably got to be my English Cocker Spaniel. Best thing I've ever done is get her. My little dog. She's currently fast asleep downstairs. Right, if I can get these trains running, I can come catch up with the comments properly. Oops. Check my points are right, because that's messy if it doesn't. Right, sorry if I've missed your comments for the last sort of 5 minutes. I'm just trying to... You see the trouble I have with my trains in this station. No storage at all for them. Let's have a quick look up the comments. Panic Station Productions, hello from Australia. How's the stream in Australia? Is it upside down on your stream? Did I buy the Class 800? No, that was borrowed, that was. I do have the limited edition version though, which doesn't come out very often. That will start to come out, especially when the canopy goes on. Manual changing the points just adds to the fun, exactly. Wilbury Castle, who's under the thumb? Making a coffee for the other half. I'll tell you, keep them happy and you can have the layout of your dreams. Yes, the Class 37 going around does have a TTS chip in it. I did do a video on that if you're interested in how that happens. But yeah, it's just a TTS chip. The Class 60 coming into the station now has a TTS chip, but with a mega bass speaker. That's currently on loan from Matt Slade of Jubilee Road. Amory Junction, hello. I like transport. Why buy if you don't use? A couple of reasons. Hold on, I'll let this train go past. I don't have a lot of engines or rolling stock which I don't use frequently, off camera or on camera. The limited editions set, I think, I mean, I'm in business myself, although a small business. I do feel companies like Hornby probably invested quite a bit, probably a bit too much in that Class 800, and where possible, if you can, I always think we should try and support these things for all their faults. I mean, I know people who work within Hornby, and I think things got pretty dire, and they're not out the woods by any stretch of the imagination. So, and I did want one, so that's why I got one. But no, I mean, this industry, in terms of the model train industry, it's very socially acceptable to buy things second-hand, third-hand, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, there is an industry behind it. There's lots of independent model shops that need our support. So, where possible, if able, we should always try and buy things from them. A classic example is I get a lot of feedback because I use Humbrol paints rather than cheaper paints. Now, you can use whatever paint you want, completely up to you, but I don't see any problem with giving a couple of quid to my local shop just to have a Humbrol paint rather than half the price down the range or somewhere. I'd rather my local model shop stayed open, for me, than somewhere like the range. But again, personal preference, and there's nothing wrong with buying second-hand, third-hand, or obviously cheaper products. Absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. It's just a personal choice, really. I'm probably slightly biased because I own a independent shop myself. I'm thinking about getting the Arriva Class 67 with Mark IIIs and a DVT. Where can I find the DVT? Google is your friend. They do pop up from time to time. I think they're getting quite expensive now, if I remember. But, yeah, Susanna, retailers aren't allowed to discount anymore. The problem I find is the small independents get told what to do and bossed around by suppliers, wholesalers, etc., etc. And then the big boys, like them or loathe them again, can dictate a bit more. And I think Hornby are trying to make it a bit fairer ground for everyone, fairer playing field. But I suppose we're in that awkward position where we've been used to shops discounting willy-nilly. And in reality, a lot of them need that bit more margin. So I think we are going to go through a period of increased costs, etc. I mean, just myself, an engine has to be exactly right and have a place on the layout to be justified. I won't just have drawers and drawers of stock anymore. But I like transport. That if you've got a low budget, there's absolutely nothing wrong with saving a bit of money. It's an extremely good decision. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it's a completely personal choice, really. But I just see it as someone who maybe is a bit more in the public domain than most. It's good to openly support your local businesses. Oh, Susanna's getting a new loco tomorrow. What are you getting? Ask Richard, what do you plan to do with the gap between the other original side of the layout and your new station side? Nothing. I remember you've asked me before that you think I should move the boards back. The plan is that you won't really be able to see it. I need full access because it's a junction that goes behind, so both sides there are multiple cross points. There's more points behind the scenes than there are on the main layout. So I need full and open access to them, and I can't cover them over at all because I have that many problems. If I start changing points around, I've just got to leave it open. It'll all make sense when the layout starts coming together. Eric, I've just made him a portable layout, fits under the bed for your son. That's really nice, that is. That's how I started, so be careful. That'll get expensive. Clean Team Southwest, how are you finding your new static grass applicator? Really good, actually. I've got one before. I didn't really want to sort of milk it too much, but I have bought one that was more expensive and it was rubbish. And a lot of the grass I did then has sort of since fallen over and got a bit flaccid, if that's the word to use. So I will be going back over my static grass. It's actually started already. That's why I'm not showing you the other side of the layout. But yeah, I really enjoy the new one. Small local guy, I'm doing a Q&A video on Monday. If any of my subs have a question, put them on the comments. I think I added a question to your video, I think. Let me catch up with these. Jason, maybe removable board. The problem is it is properly out the way. It doesn't look it on camera. It looks sort of accessible, but it's not. I mean, the opposite side to where we're looking now, I can't actually reach the corner, so if a train derails, it's stuck there until I get some like litter pickers. Thank you, David. There's a discount code on the static grass applicator. I think it's NJFB18 on WWS's website. You get 15% off. Will be Castle to have any steam locos? Yes, I've got a Black 5, a Flying Scotsman. The Black 5 is currently on loan to Jubilee Road. I think that's it, actually. Left. I'm on the lookout for a tornado. Right, guys, it's been an hour. I only wanted to pop on for like half an hour. So I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Been blown away with how many of you are up at 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday afternoon just to watch my ramblings. Amory Junction, quick one. What channels do I watch on YouTube? If you go on my main page, on the right hand side, there is a list of related channels. They're similar, so it's well worth looking at those. Check out, of course, Susanna's stream, Susanna's channel, I should say, who is on the channel now. Click on her page to like her channel. She does a lot of live streams. David Jones, my moderator, has a modern image TMD. Check his channel out. Regular updates, lots of content. That's what we like. Right, everyone's saying goodbye. Blown away by this. I tell you, my iPad's too slow. You know, the famous smashed iPad. Right. Thank you very much, guys. As always, videos on Wednesdays and Fridays currently, so check those out and I'll be seeing you. Take care, everyone. Bye.